Are you going through a breakup with a fearful avoidant and is their behavior confusing AF? Here's why. This is part one of a two-part video because I could not fit everything into one video, so keep a lookout for part two. So if you're interested in longer form content, let me know because that will also help me stay accountable for actually keeping up with my YouTube. So please and thank you. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Rachel, self-worth and relationship coach that specializes in attachment healing so that you can love yourself deeply and connect with others fully. Also a healing fearful avoidant myself, so this is in fact a sneak peek inside the FA mind. Fearful avoidants are the walking contradictions of the attachment styles. They may say one thing and then do the complete opposite. And when you're in a relationship or getting out of one with a fearful avoidant, it's like you're reading two completely different stories at the same time. One story is, I care about you, I love you, I don't want to lose you. Other is, this is dangerous. I need to protect myself. You're gonna hurt me. But here's the thing. Both are true for them in that moment. Let me explain. People with this attachment style oftentimes grew up with some form of trauma and in unpredictable environments, where their caregiver may have been warm and affectionate sometimes, and then very scary the next. Promised to be there, then they weren't. Was given, and then suddenly withdrawn. And this kind of inconsistency split their nervous system into anxious and avoidant sides. And when you have two nervous system states, you have two conflicting truths as well. Deep desire for connection, simultaneous deep fear of it as well. I'm going to break down the core drivers of this confusing behavior. In this video, I'm focusing on the main driving wound of the fearful avoidant. This is a big piece in why the behavior is so confusing. The betrayal wound is the foundation and accelerant, if you will, of the other major wounds coming up, especially during a breakup. Abandonment, rejection, engulfment. It is the core nervous system imprint around connection. They're wired to expect trust to mean danger, and that getting close will eventually lead into them being let down or blindsided. Why? Because when they were growing up, after a series of events or a big one, they basically looked at their caregivers and thought, you're never going to meet my needs the way that I need you to. If I can't trust you, then I can't trust anyone, including myself. Self-trust is basically non-existent for fearful avoidance, but that's for another day. This betrayal isn't always about an actual betrayal in a relationship. It can oftentimes be about the perceived or anticipated one. Even in a safe relationship, a fearful avoidant is always scanning for signs that you're going to hurt them. If you do anything that they interpret as a red flag, like a delayed response, or you seeming indifferent one day, can trigger their betrayal wound. Now, during a breakup, it shows up in different ways depending on if the fearful avoidant was the one to initiate the breakup or you were. Typically, if they were the one to initiate it, this is like a preemptive strike. If they sense that you might betray them or abandon them, they may be the ones to end things first, even if they still love you, in order to control the narrative. Now, if you were the one to initiate, this would typically be perceived as your actions proving that they can't trust anyone. When they end it, it can look like them appearing emotionally relieved. The nervous system is self-soothing from this created distance, and with the belief that they've avoided future betrayal. But once that fear of engulfment starts to settle, fear of abandonment gets activated, where they start going through those nostalgic loops, looking at old photos, checking your socials, reaching out, asking about you. Now, if they do reach out and it's met with kindness and warmth and understanding, shame can hit them hard. The betrayal wound can get activated with this belief that if they do come back, you're going to punish or shame them for leaving in the first place. They don't even deserve to come back, which can then lead them to retreat once again. If you broke up with them, they may initially swing towards the drive for connection, reaching out, seeking clarity, trying to reopen the door, but through a layered lens of defensiveness and testing. Do you really mean that it's over? And once that initial shock of the breakup wears off, betrayal begins to merge with shame, with the typical story of, I opened up and they still left. I must not be enough. This then typically will trigger their avoidance side, where they will emotionally shut down and even jump quickly into a new relationship. Even if they still love you again, they may not return because coming back could risk being rejected or betrayed twice. Listen, this is very important to understand. This does not mean that you need to accept, nor should you accept or justify unhealthy or hurtful behaviors because you can empathize with them. And this is coming from a healing fearful avoidant. But it doesn't make the impact of their actions okay. It does mean that they need to take ownership of their triggers and wounds.